Trying to breathe like eggshell walking, just expecting it'll clear up on its own. A nylon shell of home under the pink skies in the morning, a luxury to bask inside the glow. Oh, ain't it sweet, hanging your clothes to dry on branches of the colors changing ashes. Oh, free, crawling through juniper in my bare feet. Oh, Rocky Mountain, carry me. Foot is on the gas. Oh, and our map is set on Jasper. I got free bird begging me to go faster now. And my coffee's warm. Sicker at the tree line, and I'm begging you to waste your time with me. Hanging your clothes to dry on branches of the colors changing ashes. Oh, we're free, crawling through juniper in my bare feet. Oh, Rocky Mountain, carry me. We fill our lungs with mountain air. We're brushing out our matted hair. We've been walking God knows where. We fill our lungs with mountain air. We're brushing out our matted hair. We've been walking God knows where. We fill our lungs with mountain air. We're brushing out our matted hair. We've been walking God knows where. Ain't it sweet? Hanging your clothes to dry on branches of the colors changing ashes. Oh, we're free, crawling through juniper in my bare feet. Oh, Rocky Mountain, carry me.
Please welcome to the stage your hosts, Julian Fade and Sarah Mattiello. Hello, everyone. Let's keep it going for Jed and the Valentine, everybody. Welcome to the 34th Annual Emerald Awards. My name is Julian Fade. And we are delighted to be co-hosting here tonight. This is my 4th Emerald Awards.
It is my first, and you can tell by the way we look.
Okay. One has been reduced, reused, and recycled many times. One is brand new and fresh. I feel old. Off to you.
Welcome to open this evening's awards ceremony. Please joining us in welcoming to the stage Indigenous Knowledge Keeper, originally from Saddle Lake First Nations, Elder Etke Cardinal.
Danse. Nanasumon mute pinto miiko takapi mamupaya wawisa kawi utnahkuma Alberta Emerald Foundation nanaskumauk hawangi mi onuma tobacco kaya hayan upsis ngutnin. I don't smoke, so I don't know how to open this. Goodness, to make it difficult, it's a good thing. I'm going to pretend I opened it because I don't know how. I don't know.
I'm no help. Can I work?
Sure. Well, I don't know. Okay. Right, tear it open. How do you open it now? Right, okay. You know, when you get offered tobacco, you open it and you do your prayer because you offer it to Creator for giving thanks for today. I'm going to do my prayer totally in Cree. What's the guts? I'm glad I don't smoke. This is like Christmas. Tear open the bottle. Thank you. How lucky someone. Amamotawinan, swim nano motanos kamamopaya. Nanasko manane kwa kutakisagawa mia. Egwa minap mi matson. Mina nanots, kami mantunay tama kami witsetoya. Utaka kakyo kabetutia. Kami nakska kakyo. Teka witutetsek. I said that I thank Creator for being here and that we are giving another day to live and that we bless Earth, that we are being looked after and that the Creator support us in our thoughts and in our work and we are blessed to be able to do this, looking at different things in a different way through technology. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Elder Cardinal,
please.
everybody. I felt very important for a moment
You did
there.
a great job.
Very important. We are also honored to have the Lieutenant Governor of Alberta in attendance this evening. Please welcome Her Honor, the Honorable Salma Lakhani, and His Honor, Dr. Zahir Lakhani. So now please join us in welcoming Her Honor to the stage to bring greetings.
As His Majesty the King's representative in Alberta and as a settler, I acknowledge all First Peoples who have called this place home for thousands of years and who welcomed us here to make our own lives. May we always dwell together on these lands with respect, understanding, and a sincere commitment to walking the journey of reconciliation, and now I say reconciliation. Also, I'd like to mention that treaty relationships are an essential part of the Crown in Canada, and I'm proud to honor them as the Crown representative. I'd like to begin by thanking Elder Cardinal for starting us off in such a good way. And also, I'd like to acknowledge and applaud the presence of my aide-de-camp for today, Captain John Riswold. I just want you to know that John is a volunteer with the Office of the Lieutenant Governor. He has a daytime job, but he volunteers with the Office of the Lieutenant Governor. And while I applaud and acknowledge John, I want to acknowledge and applaud every single person in this room who volunteers their time. Because I think without volunteers, the world would stop. Honestly, so let's give a big round of applause to all the volunteers in the room. I have also been told that Mayor Ken Johnston of Red Deer is here. Is he here, Mayor? Yeah, there you are. And his beautiful wife, Carolyn. They're both here. They're joining us this evening. Thank you so much for being here. And to all of you distinguished guests, I want to say good evening. And I want to tell you how delighted Zahir, my husband Zahir, and I are to join you for the 34th Annual Emerald Awards. I'm pleased to join you in celebrating the excellent work taking place in Alberta to protect our environment and preserve it for future generations. You know, I have a 2.5-year-old grandson, and I wake up every morning and ask myself, what kind of world are we going to leave for him and his generation? And today, I know that everyone here is working towards preserving our environment. I know that today in the audience, we have all the nominees in the various award categories, and I say thank you to each and every one of you. Whether you win an award or not, you are all winners. We need leaders like you to carry on the work to accelerate environmental excellence in Alberta more now than ever before. When we look at what is going on, not only in our provinces, but in the provinces nearby, I think we need this much more now. And I thank everyone at the Emerald Awards Foundation for doing what they are doing. The other day I was listening to the radio and I heard something really terrifying. Do you know Edmonton has the largest urban forested river valley in, I believe, all of North America? They say if we carry on like this, we could have those fires that have affected our dear communities in other parts of Alberta here in Edmonton in less than 2 years. And that is a really, really frightening thought. But, you know, I'd like to say that we are trying to do our work, and I know that you are doing this through education and storytelling, hoping to inspire positive environmental action to build a future where all Albertans are environmentally conscious. When I was at these awards 2 years ago, I met the winning team in the youth category. There were these 3 young students from New Murnham School, Alberta. I don't know if any of you have heard of New Murnham School. I certainly hadn't. And I went over to the students and I chatted with them. And the next thing I know is they invited me to go visit their school. So I drove there and I was able to see firsthand the amazing work that these students are doing in their little rural school. And I don't know if any of you know, but New Murnham School was the only school in all of Canada that was nominated or shortlisted for an international award. That's New Murnham School here in Alberta. No other school was shortlisted from Canada, but New Murnham School was. And I was so excited to go and visit them and look at all the amazing things they're doing there. So growing up in Uganda, East Africa, many decades ago, we noticed the respect the Indigenous peoples of that country had for their environment. They relied on agriculture for their survival and were very respectful and thoughtful in managing to live with limited resources, never wasteful, making every material object last as long as possible. Their lifestyles, unlike ours, left a minimal footprint on the environment. Now, this is very, very similar to the Indigenous people here. In Cree, there is a concept called Wakotowin. And I have learned about this from Indigenous elders. Wakotowin in Cree very simply means kinship. Kinship not just to one another, but kinship to the natural world around us, to the mountains, the rivers, the earth, the stars, the moon, the four-leggeds, the two-leggeds. That is kinship. And you know, as someone who adheres to the teachings of Islam, the Holy Quran reminds us that the essential elements of nature, our precious earth, our water, our forests, our resources, are all gifts entrusted to us to look after for those we share our planet with and to look after for future generations. Tonight's honorees are acting in that spirit. You understand that we cannot squander these gifts. Because of your work and storytelling, we have a deeper understanding of how our complex ecosystem operates and how to ward off threats to its survival. That means that future Albertans, our children and grandchildren, will be able to enjoy the same natural beauty that we do today. So as His Majesty, the King's representative in Alberta, and talking about His Majesty, you are all aware that he was talking about environmental issues well before most of us were aware and on board. So on his behalf, I congratulate all of tonight's nominees and award winners and the Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. And I thank you all on behalf of all future residents of this province. And I also want to say a huge thank you to the Emerald Awards Foundation for doing what you do. And we talked about storytelling. I just want to end with a story. I was born and raised in Uganda, as I mentioned. And in we were rendered refugees from that country. But in 2016, my husband and I went back, and he was doing some examining there. And I went to a market, and I wanted to buy some Ugandan wares to bring back. And I met this lady in one of her stalls, and I said to her, you know, I was born here, and in Africa, if you're born in the same country, you're relatives automatically. So she said to me, welcome home, sister. And then she said to me, and where do you live now? I said, I live in Canada. 2016, remember? Fort McMurray was burning. This lady said to me, you live in Canada? I said, yes. She said, do you live anywhere close to the fires? I was shocked that this lady, who probably lived in a little village outside the capital, had heard of our forest fires. But they hear about it. And the next thing she said to me is, in this part of the world, we think of Canada as a place where nothing bad ever happens. But when you have natural disasters, we hear about them and we pray for your country. So remember, the rest of the world is looking to us as a beacon of hope in a lot of different ways, especially environmental sustainability. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, please turn your attention to the screen for a video greeting from the Minister of Environment and Protected Areas, Rebecca Schultz, followed by a video greeting from the Mayor of Calgary, Mayor Jyoti Gondek.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so disappointed I couldn't be there in person with you all tonight, but wanted to take a moment to recognize this year's incredible nominees. The Emerald Awards celebrates the exceptional Albertans who lead the way in environmental stewardship every single day. Your leadership has not gone unnoticed. As Environment Minister, I want to thank each and every one of tonight's nominees. Our province is known for its innovators, entrepreneurs, and true conservationists, for being leaders in conserving, managing, and protecting our beautiful landscapes, not only for today, but for generations to come. Tonight is proof that this legacy is alive and well. From air quality to energy and education, from companies to communities, your projects span and touch every corner of our province. They are benefiting Albertans, of course, today, and they will long into the future. Thank you all for your leadership and for helping make our province be the best place in the world to live, to work, and to raise a family. Enjoy the night, and thanks again for your outstanding work.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 34th Annual Emerald Awards. On behalf of Calgary City Council, let me offer you greetings in the mother languages of the Treaty 7 Indigenous peoples, Oki, Daranastada, Ambawastich, and Tansei to all of you. The Emerald Awards are so important at a point in time where we understand that we need to be better environmental stewards and we need to be moving quickly towards an energy transition that can make sure we are more sustainable into the future. I want to thank organizers for recognizing the variety of organizations, from businesses to educational institutions to nonprofits, who are doing really good work in advancing the cause of greater sustainability. I would like to congratulate everyone who's been nominated, and to all of the winners, thank you for your amazing work. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
In their 34th year, the Emerald Awards continues to spotlight bold ideas, the dedicated people, and the impactful organizations driving environmental progress in this province. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage Alberta Emerald Foundation Executive Director Marissa Orphy and Board Chair Trina Innes.
She said I should go first. So, good evening, everyone. I want you to know that the best part of my job is getting in a front row seat to the incredible work that's happening across Alberta. Reading your nominations is a yearly reminder that our province is full of people who care deeply and who act with purpose. You don't just restore landscapes or launch innovative programs. You breathe life into what is possible. You remind us that environmental excellence isn't just a concept, it's action, it's commitment, it's Alberta. So welcome to the 34th Annual Emerald Awards. On behalf of the Alberta Emerald Foundation, it's truly an honor to celebrate this with you tonight. So at the heart of AEF is a simple but powerful belief. We find and celebrate the people who are changing our province for the better. That belief hasn't changed in 34 years, and it won't. It won't because of you, because Alberta is full of people who do the work, who lead quietly, boldly, and brilliantly. I want to take a moment right now to thank our funding partners and sponsors. Your support ensures that these stories are shared, not just within this room, but across the province and beyond. You are part of this movement. You are innovators and leaders in your own right, and we're so grateful you've chosen to help us to shine on this spotlight. I would like to ask our Alberta Emerald Foundation Board of Directors who are in this room here tonight to just stand. These are the people who help guide and govern our organization with dedication and purpose. So please join me in thanking them for their volunteer leadership. Next, to our Emerald Award judges in the room, if you could stand. So thank you. You had the hardest job of all. With so much incredible work happening in Alberta, choosing finalists was no easy task. There were moments during the deliberation that were full of passion, angst, and even some tears. Your care, insight, and commitment ensured every decision was made with fairness and deep respect. So we're so grateful for this volunteer time and energy you brought to the process. Thank you to Elder Adke and Your Honor for being here tonight. Your inspiring messages, they really mean the world to us, and we're grateful that you're here. And because I have the stage, before I wrap up, I want to give a big shout out to this stuff does not happen on its own. A shout out to my colleague Sabrina Hewitt. She pours so much time and care and creativity to make this night really special for you. So I'd love for you to enjoy that. And we are a powerful team of 2. And this summer we were lucky to get a summer student. So I'd like to thank her as well, because holy, did it ever make it easier. So thank you to Mutsa, who is wonderful. So finally, I just want to say, if anyone ever asks, where's the hope? Tell them it's here in this room at the 34th Annual Emerald Awards. So enjoy the celebration because you've earned it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 34th Annual Alberta Emerald Awards. Tonight, we're celebrating people and projects driving real environmental progress across our province. When I moved to Alberta in 2003, at the time, I didn't know much about the environmental community here. And then I discovered the Alberta Emerald Awards, and I was struck by how committed our province is to recognizing environmental leadership. And it wasn't just about the awards, it was about the people. It wasn't about handing out the trophies. It was about building a movement and celebrating work that often goes unrecognized. And I remember thinking, this is really, really different, and it's something that I want to be a part of. So I learned how to become a judge. A few years later, my team actually won an Alberta Emerald Award, and now I serve on the board. And that's a full circle experience that reminds me of why these awards matter. Because recognition fuels impact. When we shine a light on meaningful environmental work, we do more than say thank you. We build confidence, we build credibility, and we open doors and inspire other people to act. When we recognize people like you who are working quietly, consistently, and with integrity, we build a culture of possibility. Tonight, you're going to hear stories of innovators, educators, community builders, and entrepreneurs. Some of these people are just getting started on their journey. Others have been doing this work for decades, but they all have one thing in common. They took action when it mattered. And that's what these awards are all about, action. Not talk, not lofty goals, but action that reduces emissions, restores ecosystems, and empowers young people. And it transforms how we live and work. You, finalists, represent the best of Alberta. You're resourceful, you're creative, and you're deeply committed to this place we all call home. So to our nominees and our recipients, thank you. You're challenging the status quo, your courage is really inspiring, and your impact raises the bar for what's possible here. To our sponsors, our partners, and our volunteers, thank you for making this night possible. And to everyone here, whether it's your first Emerald Award or your 10th Emerald Award event, I hope you leave inspired. We're celebrating bold ideas, local impact, and what happens when people choose to lead. Welcome, and let's get started.
Keep it going for Marissa and Trina, everybody. Round of applause. If it's your first or if it's your 10th, it's my 4th. I did it online. I did it in Edmonton. I went down to Calgary. I did it back here in Edmonton. So, you know, I love this award show. It's incredible. It's lovely. It's great to be here amongst you. It's great to be here at the University of Alberta.
Truly.
Which I spend far too much time on campus.
Yeah, you live here.
I'm a PhD student right now, and in 2 years, will probably be 25.
Yes.
But yeah.
Amazing. Yes, thank you. Thank you to the University of Alberta for hosting us, and a huge thank you to the amazing technical team that is supporting us so you can see us and hear us so well this evening.
Round of applause for them, our
Yes,
lovely
thank
technical
you.
team. A bit of housekeeping. If you haven't turned your cell phone off, now is a good time to do that, because that would be awkward. And if it rings, I get to answer it.
And he is not friendly.
No, not at all. And if you have to go to the washroom, you can go out those doors. Probably the top is the best. Do not take any flash photography. We have professional photographers taking those. If you do take any photos without a flash, you can tag the Alberta Emerald Foundation at Alberta Emerald and use the hashtag Emerald Awards 2025. And I think you can also view the digital program, which on using a QR code, which you got on the postcard as you came in.
Without further ado,
Yes.
let's get to the awards. Ooh, indeed.
Exciting.
Recipients and finalists are chosen by a third-party panel of volunteer judges with expertise spanning Alberta's diverse sectors. Emerald Award recipients will receive a $1,500 grant, a custom sustainable trophy created by ChopValue YYC, and a featured segment in the Emerald documentary series, recognizing and commemorating their exceptional achievements.
Yes, and if you are one of the lucky recipients, this is the point where I try and speed up the award show so that we can get out of here by 9 o'clock. That's key. Everyone loves an award show as long as it doesn't take too long. So if you hear your name, this is and you've won one of the awards or your organization's name, you're going to make your way to the stage. You're going to ideally come up these stairs right here. You're going to come up. You're going to look very excited. It's going to be great. You're going to receive an award. You're going to pose for a photo somewhere in here. And then you're going to make a short acceptance speech. Now, you might say, what is short? Well, I would say 1 to 2 minutes maximum. And then we will all cheer for you. And then you will head backstage for an interview with our wonderful AEF summer student, Mutsa. And they will talk to you through the thing. That's all back there. You don't have to worry about that. But that's the point. Down here, up there, photo, speech, out the door, and they'll escort you back in. You don't have to leave. You get to come back in, which is, I think, very exciting.
Yeah, it's a seamless process.
Absolutely seamless process.
Seamless.
It'll be great. So that'll speed things up just by me having said that. So,
Yeah, great.
yeah.
They got it.
Good.
Let's start the show with some of our project categories. These awards showcase the Alberta environmental projects and initiatives that have addressed and mitigated the effects of local, regional, and global environmental issues by achieving excellence aligned with current environmental priorities.
Yes, and to present our first category, please welcome the Director of Partnerships and Engagement at Emissions Reductions Alberta. It's Craig Werner, everybody. Round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Craig Werner, our Director of Partnerships and Engagement with Emissions Reduction Alberta, or ERA to most. We're a proud sponsor of the Emerald Awards and have been for the past 3 years. It's a natural fit for us. We fund and support organizations, projects, and individuals across Alberta working to build a more sustainable future. And the Emerald Awards recognizes those that do the same. For those that don't know, ERA is funded by the Government of Alberta. Since 2009, we've invested revenues from Alberta's carbon levy on large industrial emitters directly into technologies that improve environmental performance, strengthen economic competitiveness, lower operating costs, attract investment, and create jobs. Over the past 16 years, we've invested roughly $1 billion in about 300 projects across economic sectors with a total direct economic impact of over $7.4 billion. Projects that monitor methane emissions from satellites, repurpose agricultural wastes to grow specialty mushrooms, capture and convert carbon into highly valuable products, power buses, transport trucks, and locomotives with hydrogen, and the list goes on. This category is especially exciting. Some of you may know that ERA has broadened its mandate to include projects and technologies with environmental benefits beyond emissions reductions. So that includes improved water management, soil remediation, reduced land use or disturbance, and timely for this evening, the reduction of air pollutants. Lastly, I'd like to congratulate everyone who's nominated today. You're raising the bar and deserve recognition for your impactful work. Now, without further ado, I'm excited to present the AIR Award, recognizing projects and initiatives that improve air quality by reducing emissions, contributing to cleaner and healthier communities. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
AIR, presented by Emissions Reduction Alberta. Roadside Optical Vehicle Emissions Reporter Project. Clean Air Strategic Alliance. To address rising vehicle emissions in Alberta, this project used remote sensing technology to measure over 56,000 vehicles across the province, revealing higher than expected pollution levels. Their findings exposed key regulatory gaps and laid the groundwork for stronger air quality policies, protecting public health and helping Alberta move toward cleaner transportation. Innovations in air quality public education. Alberta Capital Airshed. Alberta Capital Airshed is making air quality science accessible. Through real-time monitoring, creative public outreach, and community forums, they're helping Albertans understand and respond to air pollution. Their efforts empower vulnerable groups like children and seniors to make informed decisions and advocate for cleaner, healthier air across the province. David Cowell. 7 years of leadership in active transportation. David Cowell is helping redesign Calgary's streets for healthier, low-emission travel. Through projects like open streets and expanded bike lanes, he's made active transportation more accessible, especially for kids, newcomers, and low-income communities. His work proves that sustainable urban design isn't just possible, it's essential for building resilient, people-first cities. And the award goes to
And the award goes to Alberta Capital Airshed.
Well, I didn't trip on my purse, the stairs, or the rug, so success, I think. Thank you very much. Wow, this is very exciting. I'm Jocelyn Thrasher-Hogue, president of the Alberta Capital Airshed, and I proudly accept on behalf of the Airshed staff, board of directors, and members. Many are here with me tonight, so thank you. Unfortunately, our executive director, Gary Redmond, is out of the province this week, not able to attend tonight, but I know he would have loved to have been here to receive this award. I'd like to recognize the other worthy nominees in the air category, the Clean Air Strategic Alliance, who we know very well as a partner in the work we do, and David Cowell, who we learned has led some great innovative projects in promoting active transportation in Calgary. For anyone not familiar with airsheds, Alberta's 10 airsheds are the multi-stakeholder organizations responsible for outdoor air monitoring around the province through a network of almost 100 stations and hundreds of smaller monitoring sites. Our data is used to calculate the Air Quality Health Index, ensure regulatory compliance of industrial emitters, and to report on the overall ambient air quality for several other purposes, like policy development and planning. As the public's appetite for live air data continues to grow, given people want to make informed decisions about their health, the ACA is rapidly expanding both our monitoring network and the way we share our data. That's why we're so proud to be receiving this Emerald Award. We've worked hard to develop new and creative ways to engage communities, particularly focused on those who are most affected by poor air quality. The ACA will once again be at several events around our region this summer, including the Edmonton Folk Fest, where we will do on-site monitoring and connect with festival goers. If you see us, please stop by and say hi. I'd like to do a quick plug for our annual conference, the Clean Air Forum, which is the gathering of air quality stakeholders from across Alberta and beyond. And this year it will be in Sherwood Park on November 4th. We extend our sincere thanks to Alberta Environment and Parks, or Environment and Protected Areas, for their continued support and partnership. Your commitment to collaborative environmental stewardship plays a role in helping us monitor and improve air quality for the health and well-being of our communities. Lastly, I'd like to say a big thanks to the Emerald Foundation. We are truly honored to be part of an important network of individuals and organizations, all working to support a resilient and healthy Alberta. Thank you.
She did it right. She went back there.
Yes, and she didn't trip, as she mentioned.
Oh my gosh, she's
Nailed it.
crushing it.
Yeah.
We're all going to do so well tonight.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present our next category, give a warm welcome to Principal at Lyric Strategies and Vice Chair of the Alberta Emerald Foundation, Steve McIsaac.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve McIsaac. I am Vice Chair of the Alberta Emerald Foundation. I'm also the chair of what's called the Resource Development Committee, which is really a fancy way of saying fundraising. I want to talk about that for a minute. We are not going to talk about the value of timeshares. We were not going to shake you down on the way out the door. But I did want to mention the Alberta Emerald Foundation is a registered charity in Canada, in this province, and we rely on sponsorship and partnership. If you have an opportunity, as we're moving into the 35th year of our foundation, we really think it's crucial to continue to grow and diversify our network of our friends, to have as many people as we possibly can, like everyone in this room, say "we" at the end of this night. So if you have an idea, if you have a potential road we might want to go down, please come and grab me, come grab Marissa, come grab Trina. Any of the Emerald Foundation board members would love to chat about potentials going forward. Now back to the show. It's my great pleasure to present the energy category, which recognizes projects and initiatives that contribute to the positive transformation of our energy systems, promoting innovation, efficiency, and the adoption of sustainable solutions. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted.
Energy. Retrofit and Emissions Reduction Project. Alberta Native Friendship Centres Association. This initiative strengthens urban Indigenous communities by upgrading friendship centres with sustainable building retrofits, energy efficiency training, and Indigenous knowledge integration. In collaboration with SAIT Green Building Technologies and 4 friendship centres across the province, this project has achieved a greenhouse gas reduction of 20 tons annually, improving energy performance and lowering operating costs. Home Upgrades Program, Cambo Energy Group, and Alberta EcoTrust. This program is Alberta's first fully subsidized energy retrofit initiative, helping lower-income households access energy-efficient upgrades and energy education at no cost. Since its launch, the program has supported over 5,000 households and educated over 2,000 individuals, providing high-efficiency furnaces, insulation, energy-saving appliances, and air sealing upgrades. Soleil Présent at Métis Crossing, Métis Nation of Alberta. Soleil Présent is a groundbreaking 4.86 megawatt community solar initiative in Smoky Lake. Not only does this solar installation offset 4,700 tons of CO2 annually, it demonstrates how Indigenous leadership, environmental stewardship, and clean energy innovation can come together to build a more sustainable future. And the award goes to...
And the Emerald Award goes to Soleil Présent at Métis Crossing, Métis Nation of Alberta.
This is really exciting. We've been a finalist a couple of times, and we're really excited to recognize this, or have the Alberta Emerald Foundation recognize our project. Soleil Présent really started with our Métis citizens. Back in 2017, we did a series of citizen engagements and heard that our citizens wanted to act on climate change and specifically to work on reducing greenhouse gas emissions. This led MNA citizens unanimously passing a resolution to support and direct designing, undertaking climate change initiatives and programs. It was this directions from the citizens that pushed us to begin the steps towards the creation of a large-scale community generation solar project. Throughout the project, it was important to us that it remained led by Métis values and leadership, while also prioritizing building strong relationships with all our project partners. Thank you to everyone involved in making this project happen. This project would not have been possible without the hard work and support of our citizens, our funders, the Otipemisiwak Métis government, all of our project partners, and the many allies and champions that support its development. We're extremely proud of the relationships we've developed and can't wait to take these same values into many more projects in the future.
Hello, thank you again to the Alberta Emerald Foundation. We are really honored to be recognized for this project. Soleil Présent, a name given to the project by one of our citizens, is translated from Michif to mean a gift from the sun. When we look at the big picture, this project aims to do just that, recognize the gifts that we all receive daily from Mother Earth. This is an exciting moment for the Otipemisiwak Métis government within Alberta. This is not just another solar project. Soleil Présent represents the long-term, deep and reciprocal connection between Métis people and the environment. This project showcases how the Métis are active leaders and partners in the renewable energy space. We are thinking progressively to ensure we are caring for our environment while providing socioeconomic stability for our people. This is just the beginning, and we're excited to continue being part of the renewable energy space and showcasing how projects like this can be done in a good way. Thank you.
Congratulations. Once more for our winners, everybody. Our next category is presented by a director at the Alberta Emerald Foundation. Please welcome to the stage Mark Brostrom.
Well, good evening. My name is Mark Brostrom, and as mentioned, I'm a director on the Emerald Foundation board. And I've been retired a few years, so you can see that I was looking through my closet for a collared shirt, and this is what I came up with. But I heard a rumor, though, that the hockey team in this town, when they were picking the dates for the hockey games, they wanted to make sure to stay away from June 5th because there was a fantastic event happening right here in this place, and so the awards are free from us looking at our phones, looking at hockey and that kind of thing. Anyways, I'm retired. I'm retired from the city of Edmonton, where I spent 30 years in the environmental policy and program field, doing some work with some fantastic people there that continue to do some work there. I was honored to be part of the Emerald Foundation or the Emerald Awards work over that period of time. So going back to when I I think it was somewhere in there. My mind is trying to figure that out a little bit, but I've been involved with the Emerald Foundation for a long time, and it's great to see that the city continues to support this great organization, the foundation. So that's fantastic. Now I'm excited to present the infrastructure category, which recognizes projects and initiatives that change the way we develop and design roads, buildings, and other critical infrastructure while balancing economic, social, and environmental implications. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted for this category.
Infrastructure. Trade winds to success. high-efficiency homes for Indigenous communities. Through this initiative, Trade Winds to Success is transforming lives by providing Indigenous students with hands-on construction training while building energy-efficient homes for communities in need. Since its launch, the initiative has built and gifted 15 high-efficiency homes to Indigenous communities across Alberta, all while training over 3,000 Indigenous students, with 80% securing employment in the trades after graduation. Environmental Protection Rules, Trans Mountain Expansion Project. This project has set a new standard for environmental stewardship and education in energy infrastructure. Designed to minimize environmental impacts, these 10 industry-leading rules ensure ecosystem preservation, wildlife protection, and cultural heritage conservation while engaging over 35,000 workers in environmental training. During construction, the project protected over 1.5 million amphibians, 3,800 reptiles, and 2,500 Oregon forest snails through relocation initiatives, among many other accomplishments. Okanch Aitgabi o Ongotobi, Banff Community Pavilion, Town of Banff, and HSS Design Build. This pavilion sets a new benchmark for sustainable, energy-efficient, and accessible infrastructure in cold climates. Built to Passive House standards, it features mass timber, net zero-ready systems, and a circular design approach that ensures the building's longevity for over 100 years. With solar panels coming soon, this all-electric building proves that cold climate infrastructure can be efficient, climate resilient, and deeply connected to community needs. And the award goes to...
And the award goes to Trade Winds to Success.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe, and I'm a proud student of Trade Winds. It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of the organization today. For those of you who are not familiar, Trade Winds to Success is an Indigenous-led nonprofit that offers pre-trades training and individualized support for people pursuing careers in the construction trades. During my time at Trade Winds, I've had the opportunity to gain unique hands-on experience building eco-efficient tiny homes in the residential construction program. I learned to understand the concept of geographical building, the importance of moisture and air control, to installation of fire-resistant cladding. We do receive excellent training from our instructors, Dave and Kyle, in understanding the newest energy-efficient technologies that are shaping the future of sustainable construction. Having worked in construction prior to joining this program, I can tell you that this training is broken down in such a way that anybody can understand it. My instructors have taught me new skills that I can take with me anywhere to be more efficient on the job. And this program doesn't just help Trade Wind students raise the bar in carpentry, but it gives us the opportunity to build something meaningful and something we can be proud of. These energy-efficient homes are gifted to Indigenous communities like Gift Lake Métis Settlement, Big Stone Cree Nation, and Little Red River Cree Nation that lost 84 structures in the 2023 wildfire season. One of the first things that I noticed after joining Trade Winds was the welcoming atmosphere. It's an open door kind of place, free of judgment and full of support. Trade Winds offers more than just technical training. They are genuinely invested in our success. With the assistance from staff, I've secured funding for a living allowance while I complete the program, and I've obtained my driver's license with their help. Also, as I continue, I will receive assistance in preparing for employment, including resume review, job search support, referrals, networking with other Trade Winds partners. And these may seem like small things, but they make a big difference in reducing the barriers that Indigenous people face today. To support our success even further, the cultural components of Trade Winds helps keep us grounded. We are given the space and time to hear from our elders and share in cultural traditions, which provide us a sense of balance and belonging. And lastly, on behalf of TradeWinds, I would like to thank the Alberta Emerald Foundation for this award, and your recognition of our work is a testament to the dedication and hard work of TradeWinds to success. Hi, hi.
Wonderful. There was, as Mark mentioned, there was some concern we'd have a playoff game tonight. I was able to chat to the NHL and say, like, this is the Stanley Cup Finals of environmental awards. They're like, yeah, you're right. So they did move
understood.
them.
Yeah, they moved it
Gary
for us.
Bettman got it. He got it.
Yeah, you and Gary, BFFs.
Very close. Yeah.
Our next category is land. To introduce this category, please welcome one of this year's Emerald Award judges and a consultant at Nichols Applied Management. Put your hands together for Daniel Schiffner.
I gotta say, I love this walk-up music. I'm gonna need to get a copy and take it with me, and then everywhere I go, it's like, here he comes. It's a great pleasure to be here this evening. This was the second year that I got to serve as a judge for the Emerald Awards. And this year, I got to review approximately 40-some submissions. And it's a great experience. Just seeing so many different cool, unique projects going on, and all of the different people that are involved in it. As we've kind of talked about tonight, there's individuals, there are companies, nonprofits, elders, children, and all of them just so passionate. And I know I always kind of leave the process feeling inspired and invigorated and, a little more hopeful for the future. So, really pleased I can be here this evening. And now down to business. I have the great privilege tonight of presenting for the land category, which recognizes the project or initiative that improves the land through conservation, restoration, and/or responsible management practices. And the organizations and initiatives shortlisted for the land category are...
Land. Land of Dreams. Land of Dreams is a 30-acre farm in Calgary where newcomers and Indigenous communities unite through food, healing, and land restoration. Guided by Blackfoot elder Herman Manyguns, the farm transformed a former construction site into a thriving ecosystem. Through intercultural learning and regenerative agriculture, participants reconnect with the land and each other, creating a shared space for sustainability and belonging. Burke Creek Ranch. Burke Creek Ranch has been stewarding Alberta's native grasslands for over 135 years. On 13,000 acres, they use regenerative grazing to sequester carbon, protect wildlife, and restore soil and water systems. As a part of Canada's Living Labs initiative, they're conducting research to quantify carbon sequestration and measure improvements in soil health, ensuring that the land remains a thriving ecosystem for future generations. Flat Cap Butchers. Flat Cap Butchers brings regenerative farming to Calgary's urban core. Sourcing whole animals from local ranchers, they reduce waste and support practices that restore soil and sequester carbon. Education is at the heart of the business, with customers being encouraged to explore lesser-known cuts and understand the environmental impact of feedlot beef. By bridging the gap between producers and eaters, Flat Cap is changing how we shop and think about meat. And the award goes to...
And the award goes to Burke Creek Ranch.
Good evening, everyone. Well, I don't have a prepared speech because I certainly didn't expect this, and we're very overwhelmed and pleased to accept this award. But really, I just want to point out or let you all know that the reason I didn't expect the award tonight is because we're simply, we feel so blessed to be working on the land that our ancestors had the foresight and work ethic to preserve for us. So really, it's just our everyday life. We're using, our primary mission isn't to raise beef, it's to conserve these endangered grasslands that are left under our stewardship. So really, it's like looking after our children. We have the same feeling and responsibility to foster and conserve and partner with this land. And we're just very thankful to be here tonight. I forgot to say that my name is Kim Walkler, and I work with my family at Burke Creek Ranch. My great-grandfather settled there in 1890, and he worked on other ranches in the area, and I just saw that the beauty, I guess, we imagine, that he saw the beauty and the opportunity that he could have to create a life out there, but also conserve these grasslands. And we've been blessed to have the people before me, my great-grandmother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my father and my mother. They've all worked to take care of these grasslands and carry them on, not just for our family, but for all of the future generations. Anyways, tonight I'd like to thank the Emerald Foundation committee and judges for their for sponsoring this event and for showcasing how important environmental protection is for our world. I'd also like to thank we work with a lot of different NGOs in our organization in order to protect the grasslands and protect the riparian areas. There's too many to name, but we wouldn't be able to do what we do and conserve this landscape without those relationships. And I'd also like to thank a gentleman that I had the opportunity of meeting through my grass-fed beef marketing. It's a teacher in Calgary. His name is Dave Kleiman, and he not only did he nominate us for this award, but what I think is much more important is that he teaches his reason for teaching is or what the passion that he has is to teach our youth the value of regenerative agriculture and that beef aren't the villain that the media and the political schemes sometimes portray, but really that managed appropriately, they're conserving our land. And I'd also like to recognize my co-nominees and recognize the work they do in community connections and advocating for our industry, protecting the environment. And finally, I'd like to recognize my ancestors and the Indigenous before them for conserving this land for us and giving me and my family the opportunity to carry this on today. Thank you.
I just got word backstage that Kim won Best Hat Award as well. Round of applause for that. I'm sorry, it wasn't your year, but Kim had it wrapped.
You're close, second.
Yeah. Next up, presenting this year's Shared Footprints Award from the Distillery Film Company. Please welcome Chris Beauchamp and Gordy Hackstad.
Hi and good evening. My name is Gordy Hackstead, and this is my business partner, Chris Beauchamp. We are here on behalf of the Distillery Film Company. The Distillery is an Edmonton-based video production company dedicated to helping organizations and companies tell their most important stories. For the past year, we've actually had the honor of working closely with the 2024 Alberta Emerald Award recipients in creating the documentary videos to celebrate their achievements. We're also really excited that this year we're going to be working with the 2025 recipients in telling their stories, and it's really cool seeing a preview of who we get to work with. So we're excited to see more of the recipients. As we worked with last year's recipients, we felt a great privilege to learn more about the important and remarkable initiatives that are shaping a more sustainable future across our province, and we have been immensely proud to help tell their stories.
As filmmakers, we understand that stories have the power to inspire action, foster understanding, and bring people together. That's why we're proud to support the Emerald Awards and the Foundation's vision of advancing environmental excellence across Alberta. Tonight, as we celebrate the outstanding efforts of this year's nominees, we're reminded that real change only happens when we work together. When we share our ideas, our resources, our unique perspectives, and our passion for a better world. That spirit of collaboration is at the heart of the award we are here to present tonight. Now, we're excited to present the Shared Footprints Award, which recognizes collaborative projects and initiatives between diverse groups or individuals to achieve positive environmental outcomes. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Shared Footprints Award. 4 Winds and Associates. 4 Winds is helping Indigenous communities lead the way in energy efficiency. Through the Deep Retrofit Accelerator initiative, they've supported retrofits in 84 Indigenous-owned buildings, identified 30,000 gigajoules in energy savings, and enabled 1,500 tons of emissions reductions. With training, mentorship, and 7 Indigenous team members, the program builds capacity, reduces costs, and strengthens energy sovereignty for communities across Alberta. The Boreal Wetland Centre. The Boreal Wetland Centre is Canada's first hands-on facility for wetland research and education. Located in Treaty 8 territory, it brings together Indigenous communities, scientists, and land managers to share knowledge and develop real-world solutions. With over 6,500 participants in just 3 years, the Centre fosters collaboration on wetland restoration, forest management, and sustainable land use. Adaptation Resilience Training Program. University of Alberta's Sustainability Council. The ART program connects students and recent grads with hands-on climate resilience projects across Alberta. From wildfire mitigation to Indigenous-led adaptation, participants have completed over 130,000 hours of impactful work. Led by the University of Alberta's Sustainability Council and funded by Alberta Environment and Protected Areas, ART blends science and traditional knowledge to build community-based climate solutions and shape Alberta's next generation of climate leaders. And the award goes to?
The award goes to 4 Winds and Associates.
Wow, I was really surprised about that. I just wanted to start. I was really moved by the Your Honor's speech earlier, spoke about some things that really mean a lot to me. I got a prepared speech here, so I know I got to read that, but I just wanted to touch on working with Aboriginal communities, for all my life, and Four Winds and Associates being around for the last 30 some odd years. Really blessed, and with always this notion in mind, we are caretakers of the earth. Just good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. I stand here very humble to accept the Shared Footprints Award on behalf of Four Winds and Associates and our dedicated team. This award is a great validation of the collaborative work we've undertaken with the Deep Retrofit Accelerator Initiative to champion energy, security, and sustainability with Indigenous communities and organizations across Alberta. For the majority of my career, I've been driven by a commitment to support the advancement of Indigenous peoples, our capacity, our economic well-being, and our sovereignty. Energy and sustainability have proven to be powerful vehicles for this progress, and the DRE program, as we call the Deep Retrofit, is a testament to what we can achieve together. This initiative is more than just retrofitting buildings. It's about empowerment by providing energy audits, custom engineering support, comprehensive retrofit planning. We're breaking down financial and technical barriers for communities. We're working to ensure that these communities have equitable access to energy-saving solutions that not only reduce costs and lower emissions, but critically enhance energy sovereignty and make our buildings more efficient, more comfortable, and functional. I just want to note that, since this initiative started a year ago, we've also, honed in on making the community, giving them the ability to harness all this information and being able to articulate it in a way that's meaningful for them. And we're seeing a lot of growth in that aspect. But the shared footprints of this award resonate most deeply in the human impact. We're not just fixing buildings, we're building capacity and developing Indigenous talent. The program provides career training and mentorship, and I'm incredibly proud that we have 7 full-time Indigenous team members working directly on this project. They're not only contributing to their communities, but are also enriching the entire energy efficiency industry, and they see a lot of hope for the future. I've already talked to them about what happens after this initiative done. We continue, and they'll be continuing working on these kinds of things. This journey wouldn't be possible without many hands and hearts. I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Emerald Award Committee for this incredible honor, to our invaluable partners on the DRE project, your collaboration in the bedrock of our success, and most importantly, to the many Indigenous communities and organizations across Alberta. I know some of you are here tonight. Thank you for your trust, your partnership, and your vision. You have welcomed Four Winds to support you in creating better, more sustainable buildings for Indigenous people to work, live, and play in. This award inspires us to continue forging these shared footprints, working together towards a future where all communities thrive. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
To present the winner of this year's Public Engagement and Outreach category, please welcome the Director of Water at Pathways Alliance, Chris Godwalt.
Good evening, everyone. I don't spend that much time on stage. I spend most of my time talking to scientists and engineers. Anyway, my name is Chris Godwalt. I'm the Director of the Water Environmental Priority Area at Pathways Alliance. It's one of 4 priority areas, including land, greenhouse gases, tailings, and water. Pathways is made up of 6 of Canada's largest oil sands companies working together to provide energy the world needs while accelerating environmental innovation. I have the honor of working with some people that are really passionate about what they do, looking to solve some of the toughest problems that are out there. And we're really proud to be one of the sponsors of tonight's awards and are honored to be able to help recognize innovation in environmental projects. Now, I love the fact that I'm presenting on public engagement and outreach, because I work with scientists, I work with researchers, and I work with engineers, and they do fabulous work and they're passionate. But the thing that you have to know about science and research is you can't get it used by people. If people can't be aware of it, then it isn't doesn't get implemented. And so the recipients of this evening's award are people that are actually out there doing that work of taking and connecting the work to people. And it's just so valuable. And now I'm excited to present the Public Engagement and Outreach Award, which recognizes projects and initiatives that actively engage, educate, and empower the public, providing the tools and knowledge needed to make informed environmental decisions and inspire collective action towards a more sustainable future. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Public Engagement and Outreach, presented by Pathways Alliance. Water Wednesday, the City of Lethbridge. Water Wednesday is helping Lethbridge residents conserve water through practical, community-focused tips. From xeriscaping to agricultural efficiency, the series shares expert advice that's easy to apply. In 2024, water use dropped 16%, helping the city avoid mandatory rationing. With engaging stories and measurable results, Water Wednesday shows that simple actions can make a big impact. 10 Peaks Innovation Alliance. 10 Peaks is preparing Alberta's youth to lead in climate, energy, and sustainability. Through conferences, camps, and competitions, over 4,000 students have explored clean tech, nature-based solutions, and environmental entrepreneurship. By connecting with industry experts, Indigenous leaders, and academics, youth gain real-world experience and the confidence to shape a more sustainable Alberta. Youth Water Council, North Saskatchewan Watershed Alliance. The Youth Water Council empowers high school students to protect Alberta's watersheds. Through workshops and real-world projects, youth gain environmental knowledge, leadership skills, and hands-on experience. In 2024, they created over 9,000 comic books on water protection and contributed to planning discussions. With council members reporting a 64% boost in environmental knowledge, these young leaders are shaping a more resilient and sustainable future for our water sources. And the award goes to
Water Wednesday, the City of Lethbridge.
This is wild. My name's Liam Nixon. I'm the author of Water Wednesday. You know when you're watching the Oscars at home and some of the winners come up, they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was gonna win, and we're sitting at home going, knock it off, you knew you were gonna win. I had no idea. You saw the other two projects that were up there. I had the pleasure of speaking with one of the leaders of the other projects. They are doing amazing work, so I applaud both of them as well, and I'm absolutely thrilled to accept this on behalf of my team at the City of Lethbridge. I worked in Southern Alberta newsrooms in media for almost 20 years. I love beef though, for the record. Big beef guy, big beef guy, keep beefing. I always told my reporters as I moved into management, bring me story ideas that are impactful to our residents. Why are we wasting 2 minutes of people's times for stories that they don't care about? So when I joined the City of Lethbridge, one of the first files I got was water conservation, and obviously I knew water conservation was a big issue, but I very quickly learned just how big of an issue it is. So I wanted to write a series that had that same kind of impact and where I brought that same kind of love and honor to it. So I'm very happy about this. I was the author, but I had so much help with this. Kathleen Shepard, the Executive Director of Environment Lethbridge, was just a well of knowledge for me. Water pun not intended there, apologies. Our local watershed, the Old Man Watershed Council, Doug Kelp is here tonight. They were big helps. Our local irrigation districts. I didn't know what I didn't know, and by the time I was done these 23 stories, my wife, Jessica, who's here tonight, was sick to death of hearing about water conservation, but I'm gonna be doing another run of stories this summer, so sorry, you're gonna have to hear more of them. Thank you to the Alberta Emerald Foundation. Thank you to the City of Lethbridge residents. You saw 16% drop year over year in water use in the city. That is a ton of water that our residents stepped up. They knew the issue, they saw the pictures, they read the stories, they had the conversations, and they stepped up in a huge, huge way. We can't thank them enough. And lastly, to my communications and engagement team at the City of Lethbridge, I joined them about 1.5 years ago. It's the best professional decision I ever made. Me being so wrapped up in this series meant they had to take on some extra work, so I appreciate them doing that. And again, to the Alberta Emerald Foundation, thank you so much for this. It is a huge, huge honor. Thank you.
Wow. Julian, Water Wednesday. I've been drinking water every day of the week.
No, only on Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why you look. That's
The
why you
rest
look
of-
so
yeah.
fit
Yeah,
and
the rest of the
young.
week, very thirsty.
Very thirsty.
All right, let's welcome the Director of Stewardship Programs, Alberta Recycling Management Authority, to present the Waste Management category. Please welcome to the stage, Heather Shuchuk, everyone.
Good evening. My name is Heather Shuchuk, and I'm the Director of Stewardship Programs at Alberta Recycling Management Authority, better known as ARMA. Since 1992, ARMA has proudly and responsibly managed many of Alberta's major recycling initiatives. Over the years, we've built a strong foundation, one rooted in innovation, collaboration, and environmental stewardship. We work closely with entrepreneurs and innovators to advance our recycling programs for electronics, paint, tires, and used oil. We're also proud to serve as the oversight authority for Extended Producer Responsibility, or EPR. ARMA is committed to building a robust circular economy and fulfilling our vision of inspiring a future without waste. I want to take a moment to recognize the Emerald Award nominees, those who are exploring new and meaningful ways to protect our environment. Your efforts to keep valuable materials in circulation are helping us build a more sustainable Alberta for generations to come. With that, I'm excited to present the Waste Management Award, which recognizes projects and initiatives that demonstrate innovative in waste reduction and help contribute to the circular economy. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted for this category.
Waste Management, presented by Alberta Recycling Management Authority. Backroads Reclamation. Backroads Reclamation rescues wood from construction and demolition sites, transforming it into high-value materials for reuse. With 200 tons already diverted from landfills and plans to scale up to over 6,000 tons, they're preserving Canada's architectural heritage and cutting thousands of tons of CO2 emissions, proving waste can be a powerful resource in the circular economy. Commercial Food Waste Diversion Pilot. In partnership with Strathcona County and Westlock, the Circular Innovation Council is making food waste diversion accessible for small businesses. Their pilot diverted 75,000 kilograms of waste, produced 38,000 kilograms of compost, and prevented 2,800 tons of CO2 emissions. By lowering costs and sharing data with municipalities, this project is reshaping how food waste is managed and reused across Alberta. Eco Food Rescue. Eco Food Rescue is turning food waste into food security. Since 2022, they've saved nearly 500,000 pounds of surplus food from landfills, cutting emissions while nourishing seniors, families, and newcomers. Any food that can't be eaten is repurposed as animal feed, creating a circular system that feeds people, supports farms, and keeps waste out of the landfill. And the award goes to?
And the award goes to Eco Food Rescue.
Thank you. So I didn't prepare a speech either. After looking at the other nominees in this category, I thought, that's just crazy. I don't want to jinx myself because I'm so excited to be standing up here and accept this award on behalf of Echo Food Rescue and the City of Lacombe and everyone involved with what we've done there. It's been so inspiring to watch everybody else's programs that they have going on. Just the fact that each one of those starts with one person's idea and they take that idea and run with it, and Echo's no different. It was one person's idea. It started off as one load of food every week that we distributed back to the community, and currently we are rescuing food 7 days a week. We have 58 volunteers and myself. From 2022 to the end of 2024, we had rescued 500,000 pounds of food, which is super exciting because until the Emerald Awards came about, I had only been calculating year over year. I'd never added the years up. So this year we're on track to do 360,000 pounds of food, which I wish every community would start a food rescue, because really we are rescuing from just such a tiny portion of the businesses in central Alberta. It's really a drop in the ocean. There really should be no hungry people in Alberta. And so with the 360,000 pounds and the 500,000 pounds, I feel like by mid next year we'll be at 1 million pounds. So when we hit 1 million pounds, we're having a party in Lacombe, and I hope you guys will all come. Thank you.
Yeah.
Party in Lacombe. We're all invited. See you guys there. To present this year's winner in the water category, let's welcome from the Government of Alberta, Deputy Minister of Environment and Protected Areas, Stephanie Clark.
Good evening, everyone. So as mentioned, I'm Stephanie Clark. I'm the Deputy Minister of Environment and Protected Areas. Fairly new to my role, so I think what an introduction, what a way to be introduced to this community than to be here tonight and to see all these projects. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to celebrate so many fine examples of environmental excellence and again get to see all of the great work that's been happening across this province that you don't hear about all the time. So really nice to be able to see that here this evening. Really, truly inspiring, as many have noted already. So turning our attention to water, I believe we all know the importance of water in our lives. It really is essential for life and, of course, absolutely necessary for the growth and to manage the growth and the demands in our province. Population growth, economic growth, water variability, all are challenging our water management system in Alberta. Finding the right balance, of course, and sharing the responsibility to manage that resource is no easy task. And of course, government certainly doesn't do that alone. Water management is very much a shared responsibility between governments, businesses, civil society, and local communities. No single entity can do this alone to solve the challenges that we're facing relative to this precious resource. Success, sustainability, and our future rely very much on stewardship, partnership, and innovation. So it's no surprise that these finalists that you see here tonight very much reflects these very attributes. So with that, I'm very excited to present this year's Emerald Award finalist in the water category, which recognizes projects and initiatives that steward, manage, and protect water, ensuring the resiliency and sustainability of our vital resources. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Water, presented by the Government of Alberta. Glass of the Sask, EPCOR. This multi-year public engagement initiative is raising awareness and fostering pride in the North Saskatchewan River as Edmonton's drinking water source. Through events, hydration stations, and reusable carafes, this campaign has served 280,000 liters of water. By encouraging reusable water bottles and building river pride, the initiative is fostering sustainable habits and a deeper appreciation for our drinking water. State of the Bow River Watershed Report, Bow River Basin Council. This report is a powerful tool for water management and environmental stewardship across the Bow River Basin. Featuring over 400 maps and decades of data, this interactive report tracks key indicators like water quality, biodiversity, and climate impacts. Already viewed by thousands, it's helping Albertans make informed, science-backed decisions to protect one of the province's most vital water sources. Guide for Building Resiliency to Multi-Year Drought in Alberta. In response to climate models predicting droughts of greater intensity and longer duration in the future, the Alberta Water Council and Watershed Planning and Advisory Councils created a province-wide drought guide to help communities prepare for, respond to, and recover from multi-year droughts. Used by over 500 participants in recent workshops, the guide compiles lessons, tools, and real-world strategies to build local resilience. And the award goes to...
And the award goes to Glass of the Sask, Epcor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Saba Hamori, and I'm joined with my colleague.
I'm Tim Starchuk.
On behalf of EPCOR, I want to extend a sincere thank you to the Alberta Emerald Foundation for this incredible honor. It's also an honor to be standing here among so many passionate stewards of Alberta's environment. Now, the Glass of the Sask campaign has a lot of components to it, but at the heart of it, it's really a celebration of the North Saskatchewan River. It's a source of pride for our city, a vital ecosystem, and of course, the source of our drinking water. And we are so proud that we are able to bring a tangible piece of that to Edmontonians to not only celebrate the North Saskatchewan River, but as a reminder to cherish, protect, and be a steward of it.
And also acknowledge and thanks to the passionate EPCOR employees that make this all happen, our dedicated restaurant partners, inspiring Edmonton artists, the vibrant community events that we partner with. And together we've deepened our collective responsibility as stewards of the river, reminding all Edmontonians of the beauty, purity, and preciousness of our local water source. A glass to our beautiful river. Thank you.
Wonderful. Our final project category is the Wildlife and Biodiversity category presented by FRIA. To tell us more, let's welcome the director at Forest Resource Improvement Association of Alberta, MJ Munn-Christoph, everybody. Round of applause.
Oh, it is like being at the Oscars. All right. So good evening, all the individuals and organizations who have been nominated for this award. You have all worked very hard to be here, and we appreciate your efforts. I'm honored and delighted to be here tonight to support the Emerald Awards on behalf of the Forest Resource Improvement Association of Alberta. Yes, that is a mouthful, so we shall call it FRIA. FRIA is a not-for-profit organization that administers 9 different funding programs on behalf of the provincial government. Our programs are aimed at funding projects that address key objectives such as forest resource sustainability, awareness of forestry for students and the general public, environmental protection, and climate change adaptation. FRIA's connection to wildlife and biodiversity is both extensive and deeply integrated into our programs and strategic priorities, which is why we are so excited to present the Wildlife and Biodiversity category that recognizes projects and initiatives that protect, restore, or conserve natural habitats and/or wildlife, promoting biodiversity and fostering ecosystem resilience. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted for this category.
Wildlife and Biodiversity, presented by the Forest Resource Improvement Association of Alberta. the Volunteer Wildlife Ambassador Program, Biosphere Institute of the Bow Valley. For nearly 20 years, this program has educated trail users in Alberta's busiest recreation areas. With over 12,000 volunteer hours and 116,000 people reached, they promote safe wildlife interactions and responsible outdoor ethics. In 2024, the program expanded to West Bragg Creek and launched multilingual digital resources, reducing conflicts and keeping both people and wildlife safe. Grow With Us, Native Seed and Plant Exchange, Friends of Fish Creek Provincial Park Society. Grow With Us rescues native plants from development sites and redistributes them across Calgary. In 2024 alone, 15,000 plants and 5.5 kilograms of seeds were saved, supporting pollinators, restoring habitats, and strengthening climate resilience. With a circular seed exchange model, this grassroots initiative empowers diverse communities to take part in protecting Alberta's endangered native grasslands. Invasive Plant Outreach, the City of Edmonton. The Invasive Plant Outreach Program mobilizes Edmontonians to restore native ecosystems. In 2024, 309 volunteers removed 269 bags of invasive species from 12 parks, contributing 610 hours of conservation work. With education campaigns, 311 consultations, and hands-on training, the City of Edmonton is helping residents protect biodiversity and reclaim natural spaces, one invasive plant at a time. And the award goes to...
And the winner is, how often do you get to say that? Grow With Us, Native Seed and Plant Exchange, Friends of Fish Creek Provincial Park Society.
To accept the award on their behalf, please welcome Marissa Orphy.
Thank you. The group couldn't be with us tonight, so we'll just make sure they get it. So, yay them.
Huge round of applause for all of our winners in this year's projects categories. Before we move on to the legacy categories, please join us in welcoming back to the stage Jed and the Valentine.
Hello, hello. Oh, wow. Hi. Did you like our dramatic walk off earlier? My name's Jonah. This is Maria. Her mic's off currently, and we're Jen the Valentine. We're excited to play one more song for you. This song is just all about being lost in the beauty of nature, which is very serendipitous. That when Bree reached out to us, she asked us to play this song. And how there's some things in nature that are just so beautiful that they command to be seen, and it can give you a jolt of life back. And I think it's important to keep those things sacred. This is our song. Is your mic stand okay? Oh, it's going down.
It doesn't want to stay up.
There we go. Should I start? Do you need some time? Okay. All right.
All right.
We can share a mic, worst case scenario.
Frost turn to rain. Ooh, ooh. Focus pretend to lie as my hands start to bleed. How lovely the moon in the sky commands to be seen. But I'm away, another day, another time lost in the waves. It always feels so still before it waves, waves. Damn, it feels so good to be away. Lake as dark as the night, boats passing by. Dive in water so kind, searching for dives. Focused a glimmer on the sand, waits for my reach. How lovely in the water's eyes, I beg to be seen. But I'm away, another day, another time lost in the waves. It always feels so still before it waves, waves. Hey! Damn, it feels so good to be another day, another dime lost in the waves. It always feels so still before it quakes, quakes. Damn, it feels so good to be awake.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Hey. Jonah and Marie, thank you so much. If you're looking for more of their music, you can find it on any of the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, and the like. Napster, LimeWire. If you're old like me, go back. There we go. Just
Wow.
wanted to get a sense for how old people are in the audience.
A
Now
very
I know.
specific section
They were
laughed
like,
at that. Yeah.
That guy steals music.
Yeah.
That's great. Speaking of old, let's try and move to our legacy category, shall we? Where we celebrate. That sounds bad.
You don't have to be old to win
No,
the
the
legacy
first person's
category.
going to be like, oh, I'm old. No, that's a bad
Yeah.
transition. I tried my best.
Keep
okay?
working on
okay,
it.
all
Here we
right.
go.
Needless to say, it's time to move to our legacy category, old and young. It's just lovely people who are celebrating. We're celebrating organizations or individuals' legacy of environmental excellence in addressing and mitigating the effects of local, regional, and global environmental issues.
First up is our business category. To present this award, please welcome Branch Manager of Planning and Environment Services at the City of Edmonton, Kent Snyder.
Evening. I guess I'm old, but that's okay. It's an honor to be here tonight to present the business category on behalf of the City of Edmonton. Firstly, I want to offer congratulations to all the organizations and individuals who have been shortlisted for the awards tonight. Also want to thank the Alberta Emerald Foundation for creating this event where we can come together and celebrate. As mentioned, my name is Kent Snyder, and I am branch manager for Planning and Environment Services with the City of Edmonton. In my role, I have the privilege of working with teams across the organization at the city who are excited and dedicated to shaping a sustainable and resilient future for our city. This includes planning for a sustainable growth pattern, designing a mobility system that provides opportunities for zero-emission trips, and supporting the growth of a strong local green economy. This brings me to a particularly important aspect of sustainability. The leadership shown by the business community. We recognize the vital role that businesses play when they integrate environmental sustainability into their core operations. This isn't just the right thing to do. It often drives innovation, improves efficiency, and ultimately contributes to both economic success and supports our communities. I'm now excited to present the business category, which recognizes businesses that integrate environmental sustainability into their core operations, driving both economic success and positive societal impact. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Business. A Ski Mat Service, Inc. Led by Sandy Sanderson of the Mikisew Cree First Nation, A Ski Mat Service is revolutionizing sustainability in the oil sands. Their mat washing technology cuts water use by 95% and eliminates over 300 tons of CO2 emissions annually. By combining Indigenous leadership with environmental innovation, they're showing how reconciliation, entrepreneurship, and climate action can move forward together. Black Sheep Mattress. This local business is redefining rest with handmade, chemical-free mattresses made from wool, cotton, and natural latex. Tackling Canada's mattress waste crisis, they offer recycling services and upcycle materials into dryer balls and pet beds. With over 250 mattresses recycled and 350 trees planted, this small business proves that sustainability can start where you sleep. Eco Recycling and Energy Corporation. Eco Recycling has spent over 30 years turning waste into opportunity. Diverting 80% of construction waste and recycling more than 237,000 tons annually, ECO is reducing landfill use and greenhouse gas emissions. Their low-carbon fuel replaces fossil fuels in cement kilns, cutting emissions by half. Through community partnerships and innovation, ECO is shaping Alberta's circular economy. And the award goes to...
Tonight's winner is Eco Recycling and Energy Corporation.
Well, after 33 years, I really do feel old. I'm Brian Johnson. I'm one of the 4 co-owners of ECO, and I'm somewhat of a last-minute stand-in here. Alec McDougall, who is our CEO and managing partner, had a last-minute family emergency and couldn't attend. He definitely wanted to be here tonight. We'd like to thank the Emerald Foundation for their continued commitment to bring companies forward who are pushing innovations. A big thank you to Alec and his team, Brent White, Lisa LaFrance, and our longtime team consultant, Randy Gu. Also to the Exshaw Geocycle Canada, a division of Lafarge, and their co-manager, Rustam Punja, a 15-year relationship, as well as the Heidelberg Materials Edmonton facility team for their ongoing efforts to completing a circular economy. Finally, to the City of Edmonton for nominating us. Enjoy the rest of the evening And next time you toss something in the garbage, think about the journey that that item has had and what its journey is going to be when you toss it. Thank you.
I am getting absolutely roasted for making
Yeah.
fun of everyone who's old.
Yeah.
Backstage, they will not let me forget about it. Everyone who's up here, we do have a youth category later, so that's going to save my bacon. But
Yeah, thank goodness.
for now, I am really regretting that awkward transition I made. Let's move to the community group or nonprofit category. To present this award, give a warm welcome to the Environmental Outreach Coordinator at the City of Calgary and a Director at the Alberta Emerald Foundation, Cody Field, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Cody Field, and I've been working with the City of Calgary's Climate and Environment team for just over 12 years now in environmental education and climate outreach. We're so proud to be a sponsor of the Emerald Awards, and it's truly an honor to be here tonight to celebrate environmental action throughout Alberta. As part of my role in climate outreach and education, I get to work with so many inspiring community organizations and nonprofits and lead some really fun and impactful events and programs. We actually just wrapped up our 36th annual Mayor's Environment Expo just a few hours ago, so it's been a really exciting and eventful week. Calgary has made significant progress in protecting our natural environments and addressing impacts of climate change on our city and on our communities throughout the province. We're restoring wetlands, protecting our rivers, building more efficiently, and investing in clean energy and more sustainable transportation. But this work is about more than policy. It's about people, all of you who are here today. It's about creating a healthy, more livable city, province, and planet, now and into the future. The community organizations and nonprofits being recognized today are turning passion into progress and challenges into opportunities. So congratulations to the 34th Emerald Awards shortlist. You all deserve to be here, and you're improving Alberta's environment and communities in a really major way. This year's finalists have inspired us with their creativity, resilience, and deep commitment to sustainability and environmental stewardship. They've restored ecosystems, empowered our communities, and led climate initiatives that are making a real difference. So it's really, really encouraging to see, and we all thank you for your tremendous work. I'm so excited to present the Community Group or Nonprofit Award, which recognizes community groups and nonprofits that support a resilient and sustainable future by addressing environmental challenges. So here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Community group or nonprofit, presented by the City of Calgary. Old Man Watershed Council, a 25-year legacy of environmental achievements. For 25 years, the Old Man Watershed Council has led riparian restoration, education, and collaboration in southwestern Alberta. With over 90 restoration projects and the planting of over 29,000 native species, they're building flood and drought-resilient ecosystems. From willow planting to beaver dam analogs, and empowering thousands through outreach, the OWC unites communities to protect land and water for future generations. Cochrane Ecological Institute, over 60 years of wildlife rehabilitation, research, and release. With a legacy spanning 6 decades, the Cochrane Ecological Institute has led major wildlife recovery efforts, returning over 10,000 animals to the wild. From reintroducing the swift fox to protecting trumpeter swans and wood bison, their impact extends across species and ecosystems. Through education, research, and hands-on conservation, they're helping Albertans build a future where wildlife can thrive. Nature Conservancy of Canada, over 50 years of conservation impact in Alberta. The Nature Conservancy of Canada has protected over 468,000 hectares of Alberta's most vital ecosystems. From the boreal forest to prairie grasslands, they've conserved landmark sites like the McIntyre Ranch and the Waldron Ranch. Their collaborative approach safeguards water, wildlife, and biodiversity, ensuring that nature and people can thrive together for generations to come. And the award goes to
Old Man Watershed Council.
Holy cow. Based on years, we came in third. Good evening, everyone. I'm Doug Kaup, the chair of the Old Man Watershed Council for the past decade, and a proud volunteer since the organization laid down its roots 25 years ago in Niitsitapi, or Blackfoot territory. Thank you to the Alberta Emerald Foundation for this prestigious award. It means a lot to be recognized by our peers for all our exceptional work. And we could not have done it alone. This award is shared with our hundreds of investors and partners, volunteers who've lifted us over the years and offered their unwavering enthusiasm, energy, time, and treasure. Special thanks to our truly amazing board of directors and the remarkable staff that make that magic happen every day. I'd like to thank a few of our funders who have invested in the OWC year after year, the Government of Alberta, many municipalities, multiple irrigation districts, and Alberta Eco Trust. Without your long-term support, we would not be celebrating our legacy today. Thank you very much.
Old Man Watershed Council. I knew it.
Wow,
I knew it.
you got it. You came back. You really lucked out with that one, Julian. Our next category is education. To present this year's award, let's welcome the founder and CEO of Big Picture Public Affairs and past chair of the Alberta Emerald Foundation. Please welcome Lee Funke.
Well, as you heard, I'm Lee Funke, CEO of Big Picture Public Affairs and past chair of the Emerald Foundation. And I have the honor of actually been involved with the foundation for its entire history and supported the first award ceremony in 1992 as a young communication staffer working for then Minister Klein. So that doesn't make me old, not at all. It's truly an honor to be with you here tonight. This evening is one of the most enjoyable evenings that I have throughout the calendar year. The work being recognized tonight is nothing short of extraordinary. It reflects the creativity, dedication, and collaborative spirit that drives lasting change in our communities and across the province. Seeing the accomplishments of tonight's nominees and recipients is humbling and deeply motivating. Their stories challenge us to think bigger, act boldly, and continue to build more sustainable and a hopeful future. Now, I'm excited to present the education category, which recognizes educational organizations and institutions that inspire and empower learners to engage with environmental issues, cultivating environmental stewardship. Here are the organizations shortlisted in this category.
Education. engaging and exploring our energy future. Future Energy Systems. Future Energy Systems at the University of Alberta is making energy education accessible and inspiring. With 160 plus research projects and 1,500 outreach activities, they've reached over 270,000 people through classroom programs, exhibits, and digital content. From children's books to hands-on science, they're training future leaders and helping Albertans understand the shift to low-carbon energy. Come Grow With Us Passive Solar Greenhouse Project, the foundation for Red Deer Public Schools. Come Grow With Us is a living classroom where students learn about food, climate, and sustainability. Powered by passive solar and geothermal energy, the greenhouse grows food year-round at a fraction of the energy used by conventional greenhouses. It supports school nutrition programs, provides hands-on STEM learning, and gives students a space to connect with nature and their community. Eco Cooks program, Elements Society. Eco Cooks is teaching youth how food choices impact the planet. Through hands-on cooking and climate education, students learn to reduce waste, conserve water, and shrink their environmental impact. Since 2022, the program has engaged nearly 3,500 Albertans and helped prevent thousands of kilograms of emissions, all by making sustainable food choices fun, practical, and empowering. And the award goes to
Future Energy Systems, engage in exploring our energy future.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. And on behalf of the University of Alberta, welcome to the University of Alberta tonight. It's really an honor for us to be here. My name's Kenneth Tam. I'm Assistant Director of Future Energy System. This is Dr. Valerie Miller, our Outreach and Engagement Lead and really the mastermind behind all of this. And I mean, I'll just give you a little background. Future Energy Systems is a $75 million research program. So we've got about 170 projects, or sorry, 170 researchers doing 180 projects, 1,350 graduate students since 2017. And that's a lot of resources, and all of that is directed to research. We expect our researchers to be at the cutting edge of their fields, to be publishing, to be going to conferences, to be talking to policymakers and industry. We don't expect them or require them to be doing public education. It's just not part of their portfolio. But what we discovered when we started very quickly was because we're working on energy and the environment, climate change, a lot of our researchers and a lot of our grad students really wanted to be doing that. So as an administrative team, we reached out and did as much as we could to create opportunities for them to get into classrooms, to go into libraries and science centers and actually communicate what's going on in their labs right now to the next generation who's going to live with all of the decisions we're making and have a lot of choices to make. And I'm going to ask Valerie to just talk about her day because she's had a long one and it kind of illustrates the work that we're doing and what all of these researchers who are volunteering their time are making possible for kids in Alberta. So, Valerie?
Thank you. Kenneth told me about 5 minutes ago that I was coming up here with him. So so today was a good example of what our researchers do. We got back from Red Deer about 2 hours ago, where we engaged with about 400 elementary school students exploring water, how to clean it, how to use land, how to protect land, how to make energy, hydrogen, all these different ways of exploring our energy future, and that's what our researchers are doing. The best part of our day is when we see the kids that we engage with asking those unique questions, asking the questions of why are we doing it this way, can we do it differently, and seeing our researchers get up at 5 in the morning today, drive down to Red Deer, and do that over and over and over again. We have got researchers who have done over 100 community engagement projects with us, so we are so excited to keep that going as long as we can. We want to honor all the other amazing nominees in this category. This is, I think, my 5th year at the Emerald Awards, and every year I leave so inspired and so excited to build new connections, new relationships with different groups. And thank you to the Alberta Emerald Foundation. We are so truly honored to be here, and thank you all.
I'm very, very excited for this next category.
Huge category.
It's my favorite categories, but also it allows me to redeem myself for my earlier comment.
Here we go.
Our penultimate award tonight is the youth category. Yes, a Vice President of Stewardship. Please welcome a Vice President of Stewardship, Alberta Recycling Management Authority, and Chair of the Alberta Emerald Foundation Governance Committee, Chai Wei Chung.
Hello, everyone. Again, I'm Chai Wei Chung. I'm the VP of Stewardship Programs. And when we say stewardship programs, we actually means the tires, electronic, paint, and used oil. I'm not going to get into all the details because my colleague, Heather, who did a really great job of introducing Alberta Recycling Management Authority, or sometimes you know us as ARMA. There's one thing I do want to add to her introduction is that we are a great place to live. Great place to work. We don't live in an office. We do have a nice office. There have been many nice couches, but no one lives there. Don't worry. Anyway, I just want to tell you we actually are hiring people. Currently, we do have you don't require to live there. Just putting it out there. It's optional, but no, we do. Anyway, let's talk about one thing I do want to emphasize is if you're looking for really good volunteer opportunities, I think the Emerald Foundation is a great place. And you could be a judge or you could be on a board. And I just want to put out there if you are, and it's good for, I would say, people with any experience. So let's get on to the youth category that they would like me to introduce today. So I'm excited to present the youth category, which celebrate youth leaders 25 and under who are driving environmental change through their voice and action, helping to shape our collective future. Here are the organizations and projects shortlisted in this category.
Youth. Sustainable Development Goals Alliance. The SDG Alliance is a student-founded, student-led organization at the University of Calgary, dedicated to advancing the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals through community-focused initiatives. Since 2017, they've engaged over 700 students and supported 51 sustainability projects through the Sustainability Leadership Innovation Program, which has provided $13,000 in funding, mentorship, and training to student-led initiatives. Justin and Aaron Tan, Microbial Fuel Cell Games. Justin and Aaron are reshaping environmental education with the Microbial Fuel Cell Games, an interactive program that empowers youth to tackle climate challenges through scientific discovery, hands-on experimentation, and renewable energy education. By the end of the 2025 school year, the MFC Games will engage over 1,000 students across Canada, delivering workshops at schools and student conferences. Strathmore High School Community Greenhouse. This greenhouse is a student-led, off-grid sustainability hub that's transforming education, food security, and environmental stewardship in Strathmore. Since its construction, it's consistently harvested over 20 pounds of fresh produce every 2 weeks for the Wheatland County Food Bank. It also enhances biodiversity, with 50 native pollinator species planted to support local ecosystems and educational signage to raise awareness. And the award goes to?
The award goes to Justin and Aaron Tan, Microbial Fuel Cell Games.
Oh my goodness. Can everyone see me down here? Am I tall enough? Yeah? Okay, well, this is my second year at the Alberta Emerald Awards, and I can say for a fact that it still is super nerve-wracking being up here. But this is such a surreal experience because last year I was here. Some of you might remember me. Here, this might help to jog your memory a bit. I had these glasses on, and I was presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Bill Wishart. So now I'm here. I could never have imagined being a recipient of this youth award. Wait, sorry, let me So unfortunately, today my brother couldn't attend because he is having his high school graduation. So Aaron, I know you're watching the live stream wherever the camera is. Hi, I'm here. But yeah, we are really grateful for receiving this award. It means a lot to us and to the whole MFC Games initiative and to everyone involved. Now, I do want to give a huge thanks to both Marissa Orphy and Sabrina Hewitt because they've been there since day one. I remember 3 years ago when we invited them to our end-of-year microbial fuel celebration, and they saw all the students showcase their MFCs. I would also like to give a huge thanks to Mr. Cody Field down there. He's been with us, and he actually trusted us. He took that risk, and he entrusted 2 high school students to run some workshops at the prestigious Calgary Mayor's Expo. So once again, very grateful for that. Over the last 3 years, as the video said, we've ran our workshops for over 1,000 students across 100 different schools all across Canada, and we've learned a lot from that. This was through hands-on workshops inside of schools and different student conferences. Now, the MFC Games initiative is more than just an environmental project. We really want to empower the youth by promoting curiosity, environmental stewardship, and of course, collaboration. This year, our most significant and most proudest accomplishment was the MFC Coaching Initiative, where we actually supported past student participants to run their own workshops. And I'm really proud of the 17 students who ran workshops at 3 different schools for over 200 students. So I'm really proud of them. They're gonna one day take my spot, you know. Now, I just want to end off. We are very thankful to the 8 university facilitators on our team, helping with the general day-to-day, you know what I'm saying, the day-to-day operations, there it is, the day-to-day operations of the project, and also they help to run some workshops at the schools. And finally, we are very grateful to all our sponsors, including the University of Calgary with the Climate Action Grant, Inside Education with their A+ for Energy Grant, and once again, of course, Alberta Emerald Foundation with their Emerald Youth Grant. And one more thing before I leave, we're very happy to thank our collaborators, both 10 Peaks Innovation Alliance and Nature's Ride. I know you're both in the crowd. Thank you so much for your support, as without your help, we wouldn't be here today. Now, once again, thank you for this incredible honor, and we're so excited to grow this initiative and look towards a more sustainable future. Thank you so much.
Okay, well.
Bad news for us, Julian.
We are out of the job.
We have been replaced.
Yeah, he's going to host next year
Yeah,
for
Justin's
sure.
just going to host next year. He's got great bits, great glasses.
Absolutely.
Actually sustainable.
Sure.
He's amazing.
Yeah, and very young.
Very young. And that is what we are missing is youth around here.
That's key.
Finally, folks, it is time to recognize this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Please welcome back to the stage the Executive Director of Sustainability Services at Alberta Municipalities and Alberta Emerald Foundation Board Chair, Trina Inez.
Is this on? Can you guys hear me? Lifetime Achievement Award. This is one of the most meaningful parts of this celebration. It's honoring individuals that dedicate their lives to advancing environmental causes, leaving a lasting legacy through years of innovation, leadership, and stewardship. Prior to moving to Alberta, I was a professional forester in British Columbia, and I worked in land use planning. And it's really, really challenging to do work in spaces where you're dealing with competing land uses. And when I came to Alberta, I was really struck by our winner's approach, using data to track today's choices and model the long-term impacts of those choices. Our winner has shaped how we think about land use, ecosystems, and our future. Dr. Stelfox truly embodies the spirit of this award. Now let's learn more about his legacy of changing the way we think about the landscape.
Lifetime Achievement Award. Dr. Brad Stelfox, a legacy of changing the way we think about the landscape. For more than 35 years, Dr. Stelfox has been a driving force in reshaping how Albertans and the world understand the cumulative effects of land use. After earning an undergraduate and doctoral degree from the University of Alberta, he recognized a growing gap in understanding how land use changes accumulate over time, transforming ecosystems in ways that were often unintended and irreversible. Frustrated by the lack of tools available to track these impacts, he developed a landscape cumulative effects simulator, an innovative modeling system that assesses how land uses, natural disturbance regimes, and people affect and interact with natural ecosystems and human-created landscapes. This tool has since been widely adopted by government agencies, Indigenous communities, conservation groups, and industry stakeholders, shaping early efforts of Alberta's land use framework, regional watershed management strategies, and resource extraction policies. His dedication to empowering the next generation led to the creation of Alberta Tomorrow, a free version of the modeling system that allows students to explore how land use decisions impact the environment and economy. By making these tools accessible, he has ensured that young Albertans can engage with environmental issues in a meaningful, data-driven way. Congratulations, Dr. Stelfox. Now, let's welcome him to the stage.
Presenting this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, Her Honor, the Honorable Salma Lakhani.
Good evening. I'm very thankful to the Alberta Emerald Foundation for being the fortunate recipient of this award. Like anyone who receives a Lifetime Award, my achievements were only possible because of a lifetime of support from a large cast of family, friends, and colleagues. In my own case, the encouragement of my wife, Sarah, and my children, Will, Kate, and Nathan, were pivotal to allowing me a setting where I could pursue my passion for examining the interface between human land uses and the natural capital of Alberta. The support of innumerable colleagues and friends in universities, government agencies, and environmental organizations, such as Mark Bennett, who I know is here this evening, was critical to guiding me on my professional journey. The LC's modeling platform would never have been built without the many thousands of hours of effort by gifted ecologists and programmers of the ELSIS Group, the Integrated Ecology Group, and Alberta Tomorrow Foundation. So I have my heartfelt gratitude to people like Matt Carlson, Justin Straker, Jennifer Jansen, Hugh Pepper, the board of Alberta Tomorrow, Noah Purvis-Smith, Dan Farr, and so many others. The commitment to a cause often gets forged, I believe, at a very young age. And for that, I would like to recognize my parents, John and Betty Stelfox, and my siblings, Eleanor, Jen, Dawn, and Joyce. Lastly, I must acknowledge the massive inspiration that people like Andrew Nikiforuk and Lauren Fitch have been in my life regarding all environmental issues and providing North Star guidance on these issues. I'd kind of like to conclude by saying, in watching the Alberta Emerald Awards over the years, I've been in awe of the diversity of people and projects to try and find technologies and approaches to deal with environmental issues. I'm just completely in awe of what they've accomplished. But I'm also mindful of the challenges ahead. And during the past 30 years of my career, the work that I've been so fortunate to be involved in documents a sobering loss of natural capital in Alberta since its birth in 1905. Whether it be wildlife populations or wetlands, native grasslands, water quality and quantity, the headwater basins of the Rockies, soil carbon, air quality, or the continuity of our boreal forests, each has been greatly reduced in quality and quantity historically, and it continues to today. And that's a product of many decades of economic and land use policies that consistently, in my mind, disregard the true natural wealth of this province. So when we look at all the things that are being accomplished and being celebrated today, it would be worse if these approaches didn't exist. They are basically minimizing the rate that we're decaying or degrading these key pieces of natural capital. So what that tells me is organizations like the Alberta Emerald Award needs to essentially grow by an order of magnitude, and it's not primarily the ideas, it's the lack in many cases of adoption of scale of these great technologies. So I'd like to suggest that our children and their children, I think, deserve a society and a governance that recognizes that natural capital, in fact, are the foundational bedrock of what we often call the Alberta Advantage. And thank you very much.
Let's get another huge round of applause for all of our finalists and winners for this evening's Emerald Awards.
These things don't happen without some very dedicated, wonderful people. So I want to shout out the dynamic duo of Marissa and Sabrina at the Emerald Foundation. They've done an incredible job organizing this show in the last at least three, four. Am I saying five?
They
Four.
can't
That's
even
four.
count
Okay.
anymore.
Four. Let's give a big round of applause for Marissa and Sabrina, everybody. To close us out tonight, please welcome Alberta Emerald Foundation's Communications and Engagement Specialist, Sabrina Hewitt, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. So while Marissa and I have been busy planning, as Jillian says, the dynamic duo, there are only two of us at the Alberta Emerald Foundation. We do have a wonderful summer student this year, as well as our wonderful board and the volunteers that help us. But I somehow found the time to start reading the book Medicine Wheel for the Planet by Dr. Jennifer Grenz. And as I made my way through the introduction of the book, I will note I have made it 30 pages. We've been quite busy, but as I made my way through the introduction, a line jumped out at me as Dr. Grenz recounted her decision to attend grad school. She said, maybe it would help, a break from the front lines of environmental work that can be depressingly difficult and seemingly futile. As I read this, my thoughts immediately jumped to the Emerald Awards and the unique gap that they fill. There aren't many opportunities in the world that we live in to stop, take a deep breath, and focus on the good. But the Emerald Awards are one of the few. As our board chair, Trina, so brilliantly put it, we don't just hand out trophies. We build community, create momentum, and celebrate work that often goes unrecognized. And I can't think of a better way to provide a brief reprieve from the front lines of environmental work that brings us here this evening. Tonight, we've recognized 40 groups across Alberta, from Lethbridge to Fort McMurray, each with a unique focus across various areas of the environment. Witnessing their collective impact and dedication is the reminder that we need, that there is hope, and if we work together, we can achieve a sustainable and resilient future for the next 7 generations. And with that, I would like to say congratulations to every single one of our recipients and finalists. It's because of you that we're gathered here today and that we're well on our way to the future that we desire and deserve. Thank you all for being here, and I look forward to celebrating with you at the reception.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able for the departure of the Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, Her Honor, the Honorable Salma Lakhani, and His Honor, Dr. Zahir Lakhani. If you were an award winner, we want to see you up here on stage for a big group photo after the awards.
Everyone else, please join us in the reception, at the reception in the lobby. Thank you so much for joining us tonight at the 34th Annual Emerald Awards, and we will see you in 2026.
Yes. I'm Julian.
I'm Sarah.
See you in Calgary, everybody.
Have a good night.
Everybody.
Thank you.